Well, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We're doing pretty good. It is now what time? 9:30. A little bit late today. And that's okay because it happens, right? We have to remember that sometimes our best laid plans don't always work out. I woke up today and I was so hungry. There was no way I was gonna get anything done. Like I couldn't even concentrate. So I had to eat breakfast and stretch after, whereas I usually stretch first, eat breakfast after. But it's a good lesson to learn, and we'll talk about it after. Okay, so we're gonna do full body, obviously head to toe. We're gonna do a little bonus at the end, right? And then we'll be ready to set off for the day. So here we go. Obviously, the neck stretches, okay? Here we go. Straight down. Remember, we're pushing that forward. The forehead down. Without pushing, we're relaxing into that stretch. Right? There we go. And back up. Good. Out of the side. The only problem now is I've already had my coffee, so any mistakes I make, like when I talk, they don't make any sense, I can't blame it on the coffee. So it used to be like, oh, geez, I need some coffee, if I sound like a dummy. But now I have no excuse. All right, there we go. Nice. Nice 5-10 seconds. Nothing big. All right, now chin to the armpit. All right. And again, we're bringing that forehead forward and down. And we relax it there. Good. And up. Other side. Same thing. Good. Perfect. Good job. All right. Now off to the shoulders. We're going to do our shoulders rolls. So we're going to roll them. We're going to start backwards this time. Right? Big. Like we're doing circles. You might go, oh, wow, that feels really stiff. This is why we're doing it. All right. 2 more to go. And now we're going to go forward now. Here we go. Other way. Nice. If you're anything like me, the first 2 or 3 are a little bit crunchy, and then they loosen up. That's what we want, right? This is why we're doing it. Because we're stiff, we want to loosen it up, okay? Now we're going to do a little bit of a chest opening exercise. We're going to do it up against the wall, okay? Now, I'd rather you not do it like this, because that's put a lot of tension from the wrist all the way up the arm, right, on those tendons. So what I'd like you to do is go flat up against the wall, okay? And then from here, we're just going to gently rotate this shoulder outward. Very gently, just a little bit to get a little bit of the stretch right there. Good. Nice. And here comes the cat for a visit. I'm going to do it here, just so I'm not completely backwards to the camera. Yes. Well, come here. See? He knows. He knows the camera's over there. He's going to rub up against it, thinking he's going to be on camera. A little show off is what he is. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to do a nice pencil stretch. So now we've stretched out the shoulders a little bit. You should be able to achieve that pencil stretch. Because one of the comments I was getting from a couple of viewers was that, listen, Chris, my shoulders are a little bit stiff sometimes. I have trouble getting up there. And we tested it out with them. They loosened it up. Let's try that, So let's try pencil stretch. Here we go. All the way up. Very nice. Now, if you're a yoga master, they call this the tree or mountain or whatever. Honestly, guys, call it whatever you want. You can call it the Twizzler. You can call it, really, the name is not relevant. The movement is relevant. So if somebody is saying something and they're like, oh, well, you're doing it incorrect because you're not calling it the right thing. Slap them around, right? We're not here to show off. We're here to get the job done. Good. Nice. Perfect. All right. So now we're nice and limber. We're going to work on our torsos. Okay. Now we're going to do an advanced one after, but for now, we're not going to do twists. because twists are important. But today we want to do some bends. Okay? So just a slight bend. Now if you look, my bend starts here, right? So I'm not just cranking my shoulders and putting a tension on my spine. My spine is staying relatively straight. Obviously there's a small bend, but I'm getting this stretch right up in here now. Right? There we go. So we're focusing down here. Good. Okay, so now that I've showed you, now we're going to go and we're going to hold it, okay? It's not an exercise, it's a stretch. Now it could be an exercise. Good. And back up. Nice. And we come back the other way. And we just hold it. Perfect. Doing great. Now we're going to do our twist. Okay, guys? So, here's what we're going to do. Nice wide stance. We're going to take a very low level yoga move, right? So, you can feel good. You're doing some yoga in a way. So, the warrior stance is this balanced stance like this. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. Right? Now, I want to get that twist motion in. So, here's what we're going to do. Just hold your arms out. And very simply twist, keeping yourself aligned towards where you're going. We're going to twist. Now, if you get to a point where your hips want to turn, then you're going too far. We're just focusing on twisting up here. Keeping those hips in line. Get there, relax, and back. And the other side. And if you're like me, one side's way more flexible than the other. Very normal. Don't be weirded out by that. And back. There we go. Come on, cat. Come on. He wants to say hello, but he's afraid he's getting in trouble. Come on. You're usually in trouble because you're a pain in the butt. Come here. Come here. Come here, you. There we go. There you go. You good? You good, you big baby? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is my cat. This is my cat, Winston. Here, I'll bring him up to the camera for everybody. Winston, world, Winston. Look at him, what a show off. He even knows where the camera is. Okay, get out of here, you bum. All right, so now we've got our twist in. We're going to work on our lower back, our lumbar region. So we're going to bend forward. Now, knees slightly disengaged because we want to disengage those hamstrings. Keeping the back straight. So you see my back is straight through the entire motion. I can lean here on my legs. From here, bend down and let ourselves relax into the cat in one stretches. Okay? What? Okay? And we let that lumbar stretch out. We don't push. We don't bounce. We relax. Deep breath into it. There we go. Very nice. Now, before we come up, support on your knees, the shoulders. Get that weight supported. And then get yourselves up. Perfect. Good job. Now we're going to work on the hamstrings. Okay? You know this one? Ideally, now, if you're like me and you can do this because you have good balance, great. But if not, use something to support you guys. You don't have to be a show off, right? Or be concerned that people are going to judge you. Who cares what they think, right? The idea is that we're doing this right. Okay, so remember, we want to keep the back straight. The hamstring runs from here to the knee. Now, with my ankle pulled up, if I don't keep my back straight, I'm going to feel the tension on the knee. So we keep that back nice and straight. Good. And we lean forward. Relax the kneecap now, because you're going to get that stretch reflex. Good, and hold it. Good. Perfect. Okay, back to the other side. Here we go. And go. Maybe I should count like they do on those Sweating the Oldies, right? And 3 seconds, 2, 1, and done. Does that sound better? Maybe it does. Look at this guy. He's ridiculous now. You're ridiculous now. Ooh, scratches. Scratches. All right. Loves it too. Can't even do anything about it. All right. So now we're going to work on the calves. Okay. So nice wide stance. Toes pointed in the same direction. Back straight, as always. Now, if you're low on balance and you need to lean on something, that's no problem. Just make sure it's something high. So it'll keep the back straight. If it's a low chair, now it's going to be hard to keep your back straight and it's going to start bending on you. We don't want that. So back nice and straight. On a nice deep enough angle that you can feel a little bit of tension, but not the tension on the Achilles tendon, right? We just want the calf muscle tighten. The Achilles tendon, you want to overstretch that because you're going to have sore feet. All right, and we're just going to lean into that a little bit. Good. Now, why is it important to have good balance or hold on to something? Because we remember, we're relaxing the stretch. So now in this stage, you have to relax that back calf muscle. So if that back calf muscle is engaged to hold you up, then you should hold on to something. So we can relax that back leg. Good. Just like that. Now you got it. Perfect. The other side. Here we go. Same thing, right? So nice stance. We go deep. If you're having trouble relaxing that calf muscle, you hold on because we have to focus. Relax that knee. There you go. Perfect. Just like that. And back up. Good. So now we're going to do some closed chain ankle circles, then we're going to get into the bonus rounds. Okay, so here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Closed chain, we're going to pin our foot to the ground, right? And we're going to do ankle circles. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. All right, the other way. Well, I get this ball in the way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, guys, we try to make big circles. Try to make them. All right? 1, 2, because even if they're square, even if they're like chunky boys, then that's fine, right? They will eventually get there. So don't worry about it. God, this cat is something today. Look at his back. I even fed him. He acts like he wants love, but he wants something else. I don't know what he wants. Diabolical, these things. Hey? You bum? All right, so now we're done all the big ones. We're going to work on some standing hip flexors. So here's what we're going to do. You want to get yourself a towel just in case, right? And we've done these laying down, if you remember. But now we're going to do them up against a wall, okay? Now, if you really have good balance, yes, you can do this, right? But most people don't, right? Besides, you have to relax into the stretch. So you're going to have trouble doing that while standing up holding your balance. So just lean against the wall. The only thing you're going to need to do, see that back? You got to keep that back straight, okay? You can't let this happen up against the wall, right? You see how frumpy and unsupported that is, right? You need to be sharp and aligned, okay? So here's what we're going to do. If we have difficulty, we can put this underneath the knee, right? If we want. And notice how unceremoniously I put that underneath my knee? Pretty embarrassing, right? But if we have a little bit better flexibility, we're going to do our knee lifts, right? So, as usual, we're lifting the knee. We're not pushing it into ourselves. We're lifting it up and letting it follow its natural trajectory. There we go. What are you doing, cat? All right. So we lift up and relax into the stretch. Good. Keeping that back nice and straight. Good. And down. Good. And other side. There we go. Nice and relaxed. What do you want? Yeah. This guy. And down. Remember, always come down slowly. So there you go. So that's how you do a nice hip stretch standing up. All right? So we'll do, actually, I want to do one more bonus. Now that I've thought about it, because we have people having a lot of issues with their hips these days. And we have to come up with better ways to do these things on the fly. So maybe you don't have time for that. Good one, quick one, and we'll just do this for a couple of seconds. This is right up here, right? Have your leg up, back nice and straight, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna lean into that, right? And that's all you're gonna do. So now you're simulating lifting that knee up, but you're letting the chair help you, right? So that's something you can do also. There you go, perfect. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Just want to give you a little words of wisdom before I leave, right? So, again, one of those things, I was a little bit late today because I woke up and the conditions that I usually wake up in are different. I was starving. I couldn't concentrate. All these things were having issues. It's going to happen, right? And you have to understand in your life, it's going to happen too. It's okay. It's okay that the plan that you had in place didn't work out exactly. Right? Especially, I don't mean like grand scheme of life. I mean like today, right? God, I was supposed to do my stretches, but I woke up and was hungry. Doesn't mean you don't have time to do your stretches, right? Just means you got to fit them in somewhere else, right? So you need to stay committed to yourself in the sense that I want to take care of myself. I feel better. Like I know myself, I feel better when I do stretches. Right? When I don't do stretches, I'm creaky, I'm sore, it's rough, right? So I feel better when I do stretches. You feel better when you do stretches. So by having that saying, I want that feeling, commit to squeezing them in whenever it is. I don't care if you do one hip stretch, and then at work you do a shoulder stretch or some shoulder circles, or maybe at lunch you do a back stretch, whatever it is. Squeeze it in wherever you can. Don't stress out and think that things have derailed because the conditions that you originally set out to use aren't there, right? You're not derailed. It's just jumbled, and you got to fix it, right? And I know you can do it. So don't worry, guys, right? Every day is a challenge because we don't know what's going to happen. But that's the great thing about life is you don't know what's going to happen. So enjoy it. Have fun. Listen, it's snowing out there. So I dressed warm today, but I would still get out and get some fresh air because it's better than being cooped up inside. We've been in here for 6 months now, all winter. Let's get out there and get some fresh air, all right? Have yourself a good day. Unfortunately, guys, no stretches tomorrow. I have an important appointment in the morning, but I will see you back here on Monday. Have a good day.